Bonjour tout le monde, this is Gascon-en-exil welcoming you back to my Let's Play of Dark Deity, an indie SRPG that just released yesterday on Steam. I got a modest positive response from my first episode of doing Chapter 1, and as that was my first ever time streaming any kind of video game content, I found that fairly encouraging and wanted to follow that up as quickly as I could. So today I'm going to be covering Chapter 2 for you guys, and I do mean covering because I have played a little further ahead. I wanted to do that so at least I had a bit more idea of what was in store for me so I could explain it a bit better. I know I am playing on the lowest difficulty, but still, it's just better if I'm not going into this completely blind, I think. But as always, I should start by mentioning that you should, if you are interested in this game, please go to Steam and check it out. It's Sword and Axe LLC's first project, and it's a really good one so far. I think it's shaping up to be a very enjoyable playthrough, and with a lot of customizable options and some good character moments so far that I've seen, and we will get into those more as we go further into the playthrough. But for now, we're just going to dive into Chapter 2. Now, last time I did this with no music because I couldn't really get the audio to level out properly, and it sounded weird alongside my voice. So this time I am going to do a bit of a compromise because I realize having no music at all sounds a little off, and also the music in this game is genuinely great, so I don't want to deprive you guys of that. So what I'll do is I'll turn on the music when I'm not talking and then switch it back off when I'm actually playing the map and you need to hear me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I will load up the file. Alright, there we go.
Listen up.
How is this fair?
No.
Yes. It's not that simple.
I know.
Huh?
Irving.
Don't worry.
Gimme!
Right away. Perhaps. No kidding. To arms!
All right. So now we have Chapter 2, which, as you may have noticed in the little pop-up, is a defend map. Yes, the second map in the game is a defense map. I have a feeling that the developers very much took to heart the general impression in the Fire Emblem fandom that the recent games have leaned too heavily on route and kill boss objectives, because there's a lot of others on display even early on in the game. So that's just something we're going to have to keep in mind going forward. Now, we have two new characters here, and just as a general discussion, all the characters in this game are split up into one of 6 class sets, which affect how they can promote, and we'll talk about promotion later. But for now, just to know that there are 6 of them, and we've already seen 4 of them. We have Warrior, Ranger, Cleric, and over here Mage. But our 2 new characters cover the remaining class sets. They are Sia, a rogue, and Elias, an adept. Rogue's fairly self-explanatory, but Elias, adepts are kind of not terribly unique, but they're probably the most distinctive class type in this game, and we'll see more about that later after this battle. But just to give a quick look at them, so his personal is he's got a little bit of extra crit, and he also has crab cakes. I don't really know what an inland crab cake would be, and I'm not sure I want to know. And where's Sia? Sia gets boosted healing item effect, which in this game is a bit more relevant because all the healing items appear to be food-based. Like, she has another one of those tubers, as well as oysters, which, yeah, if you're eating raw oysters in battle, I would imagine that would take a bit of skill. Anyway, it's also somewhat worth noting that even though Elias uses lances, as adepts do, and Sia is a rogue with daggers, they both deal piercing damage. I believe that's the only instance of overlap, at least in the Tier 1 classes, but it is still something to keep in mind. Anyway, I will show off their class skills a little bit later because they're both enemy-based, although I did actually figure out how the mage's phase works. I will be showing that in the first turn just to kind of give you a look at what it does. So anyway, let's start playing. The boss, as it were, is down here, but you don't necessarily have to defeat him. You only have to hold out for 7 turns. There's actually 2 bosses, or at least 2 named enemies down here. So in my initial playthrough, I didn't reach them. I don't know if I'm going to go for that this time. So, I do believe it would be a good idea to form a defensive
I'll take point.
Front. Let's go. Elias, he has an advantage over here. And that is definitely his best option. There we go. Let's see. Can you finish? Quite easily.
Was that really necessary?
Proudly meeting expectations.
Alright, good job. And Marin has an advantage over the archer here, so I'm going to take advantage of our advantage. Sounds funny. Apparently, I am not the only person who finds Marin clubbing people with a mace to be somewhat satisfying in a strange way. Not that way, though. True to form for Rogue, Sia doesn't seem to do the most damage, but she's quite dodgy.
Let's do it!
Alright. Oh. Another interesting touch, I think, is that when you KO an enemy, you'll notice that the little health potion vial on the side of the screen actually disappears or breaks in a way that is according to the damage type you used to KO them. I thought that was a nice touch. Oh. Okay, scratch what I said about her being dodgy. But thankfully, we do have a healer, so... I don't think exposing Alden like that is the greatest idea. However, I will blockade Sia.
You're just another cur!
Leave some for me!
Yep, enjoy those Fire Emblem style crits. Actually, I'm just gonna keep him here. And although it doesn't do, I'm not going to use it for any practical purpose here, this is how a mage's phase works. So it switches them to
Have fun!
To the opposite side like that. So in a way, it's more like reposition or swap than warp, which is generally a good thing because of, you know, how overpowered warp can be. Actually, I think Garrett can move down here and deal with that mounted archer, or at least take the first hit. Irving is so tanky. I love it. Alright.
Are you sure? I've got a lot to learn.
You'll note that fairly frequently, actually, characters will get +2 in HP on level ups. That seems to be almost standard, which is a little different, but it's nice. I don't know if I want to risk going forward.
Stay sharp.
Now, you just going to box them in for the moment. Except you. You are more than capable of handling yourself. You'll notice that the 4 different weapon options do tend to be basically
What'll it be?
choosing which particular stat you want to prioritize for an attack. So, and everybody has the same options. We'll go over those next time when we can look at the base and start upgrading them. Press the spacebar to instantly finish a round of combat if you don't want to watch it. I tend to prefer that to just turning off the combat animations because that way you can still watch the ones that you want to watch. Let's see. Can you soften anyone up?
I'll take point.
I'm a bit worried about overextending, but then Irving has a most of the left, so I'm not too worried at this time.
I guess.
Please get some experience. There we go.
At your disposal.
Leave some for me.
Oh, more oysters. Okay. Alden is not quite as much of a glass cannon as you'd expect. Also, you do get more than one experience point for misses, which is nice.
How did you do that? What'll it be?
Well, I think this would be a good opportunity to show off the rogue skill, which is disarm.
You dropped something?
I don't quite know what they mean by weapon bonuses yet. I think it's just any advantage that they would have using any of the weapons that they have at their disposal. Although I believe enemy units, like this, for example, they only tend to have the one weapon. They don't switch between them. I mean, that might change on higher difficulties, but I don't know. Okay. So, can you finish over here? No. You go heal your brother.
Stay with me! Are you sure? That settles that.
Together.
And you can just keep going that way. Irving seems more than capable of handling himself.
My sword grows lighter with every swing.
As I was saying. Okay. Alright.
What'll it be?
Actually, Sia has advantage over both of the bosses, and looks to be quite an advantage too. I don't want to send her against them alone, but maybe with Garrick's help and some others.
Are you sure?
Here's Chain. This is the Adept skill.
Nowhere to run.
It basically prevents them from moving for a turn. Or crab cakes. They really seem to like crab cakes around here. Let's see. How well do you do? Okay.
One step at a time.
Growth rates in this game do tend to be fairly high. Excuse me, aptitudes. They're not which I tend to prefer.
You handled that well. Today was not their day.
Fine by me.
Alright,
My hard work is paying off.
can you hit this? What's your best crit? Okay. I think I can get at least one of them down. Oh, yes, very easy.
Little warning next time?
Alright, who needs the kill more? I'll give it to Irving.
My sword grows lighter with every swing. It seems that I am on turn 7, so I won't be able to get that last one, but oh well.
You know talent when you see it.
But got a fantastic level up off of him regardless.
United, we are unstoppable!
Okay. Oh, right. We need to turn the music back on.
Indeed.
Not even.
No.
I'll give the word.
So there you have it. That was chapter 2. A little bit quicker than the first one, I believe, but you still got still got everything done and kind of introduced some new concepts and 2 new classes and characters. And there'll be more of that to come, particularly because the next chapter introduces the base. So that's going to be a lot of different systems to learn about. But I hope you guys will join me for that when I upload that. I'm trying to churn these out pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be too much between episodes. But anyway, thank you for listening and for watching me, and I will see you next time. Au revoir.